Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in to today's video. My name is Blair. I also go by Blue Blair Fitness, as the channel shows. I'm on Instagram as Blueberry Fitness, Facebook, Blue Blair Fitness, all of that good stuff. So I thought that I could give y'all another pregnancy update. I am now at 32 weeks, which means I'm 8 months pregnant. I just have to pause for a second. Blows my mind. I'm 8 months pregnant, which means that our baby is gonna be here in a couple months. I'm gonna be a mom. We're gonna have a child. Anyway, okay, I just have to let that sink in for a second. So today's video is gonna be about my workouts during this entire pregnancy. I've had a lot of questions on Instagram mostly about my workouts, how they've changed, how they've been feeling, and how I've been able to work out consistently throughout this entire pregnancy. If you guys have seen my previous videos, I've got a handful of them talking about workouts throughout this pregnancy, and then I also post on my Instagram just about daily talking about my workouts. As far as workouts go, I haven't followed an actual program during this entire pregnancy. And that's because I knew as soon as I found out I was pregnant that every day was going to be different. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if I was going to be able to work out at all whenever I first found out that I was pregnant. I did take it easy for the first several weeks after I found out, I would say. And by easy, I mean I just lightened the load. I backed off on the intensity a little bit, but I'll kind of break it down per trimester for y'all. So the first trimester, I think, goes from ground zero to like week 14 or somewhere around there. I could be wrong, but it's around that time span. So for the first trimester, I was actually finishing up a membership at something called Burn Boot Camp, and it's circuit training style workouts, it's boot camp style workouts. They're 45 minutes. They're very high intensity. So I'd signed up for a 6-week program well before I knew I was pregnant, obviously. But I think that I had another 3 or 4 weeks to go of the membership once I did find out that I was pregnant, because I found out right at 4 weeks. And so I finished out that membership there, but I backed off on the intensity. So anytime we were doing like jump squats and stuff, I didn't jump. I didn't do any intense sprinting. Anytime we ran, I kind of walked. So I took it a little bit easier. And a lot of that was because I've had 2 miscarriages in the past. And I talked about this. I think I talked about it on our Wandering Wyatts Instagram, but I had had 2 miscarriages in the past. Just in my mind, the more intense that I was going to be in my workouts, the more I increased my chances of having another miscarriage. So I definitely backed off on the intensity, and I know that it's not necessarily anything you do unless you're doing something absolutely ridiculous. I backed off on the intensity just for my peace of mind, and then once that ended, I came back over here to my home gym, which I've been a member here for a long time. Started doing my own workouts again. The boot camp was really cool, and it was great, and it was fun and everything, but I just missed lifting, and I missed lifting heavier because you can only do so much weight whenever you're doing squat thrusters or shoulder presses for, a minute at a time, as many reps as you can. You can't go very heavy. And not that I've been wanting to lift and train super heavy, I just wanted to lift heavier than I would be able to with that high intensity type of workout. And that was probably at about 8 to 10 weeks. And I started lifting heavier, doing more bodybuilding style workouts, just where I would lift, rest, lift, rest. But I still didn't follow any type of strict program because I just knew that not every day was going to be solid. I didn't know if I could come in every day. I didn't know if I could follow a strict program. I didn't want to put that on myself to try and follow a strict program. So I would come in and be like, all right, I feel like working shoulders today. And then I would just do a couple shoulder exercises. The next day would be legs. It's just kind of whatever I felt like. And I would say during the first trimester, I probably worked out 3 to 4 days a week. I did struggle with some fatigue, nothing super intense. I didn't have morning sickness really. I think there was 1, maybe 2 days where I felt kind of queasy, but I never threw up from morning sickness. But I had some fatigue, especially in the afternoons. So anytime after like noon, I was just so tired. So I would take naps throughout the day. It's like some of the only time in my life where I've taken a nap. I still came in 3 to 4 days a week. I just did kind of whatever I felt like doing whenever I came in. No pressure on myself to do anything super intense or anything like that. So the second trimester, I want to say it's about 14 weeks to 28 weeks, I think, somewhere along those lines. I started doing street parking workouts. So I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the street parking community or app or program, but it's basically CrossFit style workouts for people that don't go to a CrossFit gym. So you can do them on your own. They have an app where all different types of workouts geared towards, you know, high level CrossFitters. And then they've got the shift workouts, which is what I was doing, which is designed for pregnant, postpartum, and beginners. So I signed up for that. It's $19 a month. And I started doing those because I just wanted to have some kind of guideline for when I did come in. Because at this time, I was kind of dealing with lack of motivation, and I just wanted to come in, but I didn't know what I would feel up for. And the workouts themselves are like 12 to 15 minutes max. So I started doing those, and I really liked them. So I would come in and I would do my street parking workout to start out. The shift workouts are a very modified version of the regular workouts. And so I would do something like 10 burpees, 10 bodyweight squats, 10 rows, for 5 or 6 rounds, and that's it. And then the full workout would be like 10 burpees to like 10 burpees to like 10 hang cleans to like a mile run or something. I don't know. Just it's a lot more intense. So I did those, and I would try to do those for maybe 5 days a week. I think I got 5 days a week a couple weeks, but they were really good because there were some days where I would come in and I would just do the street parking workouts, and then I would leave. And yeah, I was only doing something for 12 to 15 minutes, but it was still better than nothing, especially at that point, because it was either I do that or I do nothing at all. So I was still coming in anywhere from 3 to 5 days a week. And then it got to where I think around like 25 weeks, I started just not having an interest in those. That's been a lot of this pregnancy, is just being interested in something for a couple weeks and then just not having any motivation to do it. So that's why I've kept my mind open this whole time, because I don't know what I'm going to enjoy from one week to the next. So I ended up canceling that programming, and I haven't done a street parking workout in probably 8 weeks. I just kind of lost interest in it. And they're great, and I don't know, I might go back to them after I'm cleared to work out after the baby, just to ease back into something. And you can do them at home because I've got some hand weights, I've got a kettlebell. They're very easily modified to do at home. I might get back into those just depending on how I feel, but those were good at the time. And then once I was kind of over those, I just started getting back into a normal lifting program again. I say program, but again, I'll come in and I want to work one body part, and I'm trying to focus on one body part a day because that keeps me from doing too much, because that is something that I do struggle with. But surprisingly, my energy has picked up for this third trimester. And so the third trimester, I think, is like 28 or 29 weeks to the end. So that's where I am now. So pretty much for this third trimester, I've been consistently going back to a more bodybuilding style routine. So I'll come in, like today I'm going to try and work hamstrings and my booty only. Tomorrow I'll do probably back only. And so I try to focus on one body part, so that keeps me in the mode of lifting, and then I rest, and then I lift, and then I rest. And it takes me about an hour to do everything, but I've also been adding in 10 minutes of cardio on the elliptical, and I've been doing that like 3 times a week. And as you can see, my workouts have been all over the place, but I've been doing something consistently, and I'm so glad that I have, because I think that it has helped tremendously with my energy level, with my overall mentality, just with my mindset as well, because I think that a lot of this whole process is completely mental. At least it is for me, because there's a lot of changes that are going on every single day. I'm dealing with like all of these hormone changes and emotions. There's a lot of stressors that we have going on outside of me being pregnant, worry about having the baby, and then of course we're coming up to labor and delivery, and then postpartum recovery. And so there's a lot of mental aspects to this journey, and I think that staying in a consistent workout routine has helped me tremendously to stay positive and just to kind of keep in my lane and keep focused on the end goal. And the end goal is a happy healthy baby and a happy, healthy mom. And I can't forget about myself. And I know that's one thing that a lot of women that I've talked to have struggled with, is whenever you're pregnant, or especially after you have the baby, your well-being falls to the wayside. And I understand that a lot of that is going to be necessary. I'm going to sacrifice sleep. I'm going to sacrifice a lot. We're going to sacrifice a lot for this little baby. But I want to focus on my health, my mental and physical health, as much as I can while I can. So I'm trying to take care of all of that beforehand, so that it can help me to at least set up better for that postpartum time. I don't know what it's going to look like after she comes out, after I've got her. I don't know what that will look like, but I can at least control what I'm doing now and try and stay consistent and feeling good and feeling generally healthy. Diet, on the other hand, is a whole other aspect. That has been just different day to day, let me tell you that. I haven't been one of these women that have been eating beautiful, wholesome, whole food meals. Like, no. I've been craving pizza a lot, but I still try. I've been tracking my food in MyFitnessPal. I've been trying to hit my micronutrients more than anything, like my potassium and my vitamin C and my calcium. I've been trying to take care of all of those, but still within the parameters I'm allowing myself to indulge. Anyway, but that's, like I said, another topic entirely. The questions that I get are how have I stayed consistent in the gym despite being pregnant because of low energy, how I'm feeling, like, just honestly, I don't necessarily want to come into the gym all the time because I don't feel like myself as far as like my gym self goes, because used to, this was like my place. I'd be super intense, like all my workouts were awesome and I felt good and I felt like I looked good. But now it's just like I'm slowly watching myself gain weight. Like I'm slowly not fitting into any of my workout clothes. Not slowly, I don't fit into any of my workout clothes anymore. And so I feel like a completely different person in the gym now, and I almost feel out of place. But at the same time, I'm like, I keep telling myself it's not going to get better if I quit. I'm not going to feel any better if I just stop going. And so I just put on my headphones, I get in the zone, and I just do what I can. And I understand it's not going to be the same. I don't know if my workouts will ever be as much the same as they used to be, but that's okay, because I know that quitting and just stopping what I'm doing isn't going to make it any better. But I think that one of the reasons why I've been able to stay consistent with my workouts, one, is because I've been blessed with a very, very mild pregnancy. I didn't have crazy morning sickness. Yes, my energy has been lower, but it hasn't been so bad that I can't function. But two, I think that the setup has been the most important thing, and I'm so thankful that I've done this. It's like I've been setting myself up for this journey without even realizing it. So the last several years of maintaining a consistent workout routine, no matter what that's been, just getting into the gym week by week and staying consistent with that routine in general, no matter what happens with my diet, no matter what happens with, just life in general, I've still been coming in to work out. And I think I've been setting up those building blocks and that foundation so that now, whenever I have kind of a crappy day, I'm more likely than not to go to the gym. Yesterday, I didn't come in. I was tired. I took a nap. I did nothing all day. And that's okay. I'm pregnant. But for the most part, I know that whenever I come in to get something done, even if it's just a 15-minute workout, I still feel better than if I were to not do anything at all. And this is going to look different for everybody, especially with pregnancy. One day you might feel up for walking. One day you might feel up for doing a class. One day you might feel up for a good strength training session. One day you might do something at home. It's going to vary day to day, but just making a point to do something active every single day, I think, has helped this pregnancy be so much more enjoyable for me, at least on a mental sense. Now, as far as health goes, I think I'm doing okay. It's hard to tell. I'm up about 25 pounds from my pre-pregnancy weight, but even my pre-pregnancy weight, I was a little bit heavier than I would have liked to be. It's been kind of a struggle for me not to gain weight incredibly fast during this pregnancy. It's still taken a good amount of diligence and willpower and planning, which I guess if that's a video that you guys are interested in hearing about, I can talk about my pregnancy weight gain and just kind of like my overall thoughts on that and how I've managed it. And this isn't in a good or a bad sense. It's just kind of me throwing my thoughts out there. But let me know in the comments below if y'all are interested in that. It's been a journey. It's been a very, very good learning process for me. There's no way, I keep saying this, but there's no way I could have ever prepared for this. But it's something that I'll definitely take with me moving forward after I have the baby. And I will be so much more appreciative of everything that I can do after pregnancy. Normal daily tasks are a struggle now, and I definitely took those for granted before. And it takes going through certain situations and certain circumstances for you to actually realize how lucky you were to be able to tie your shoes with ease, or to be able to talk for a few minutes without getting winded, or walk to the end of the driveway without getting tired, or my feet not hurting throughout the day. It's been a crazy journey so far. I've got about 8 weeks more to go if she doesn't decide to come early. So we should have some more updates. And Matt and I are planning on doing a vlog, just getting some footage of the actual day of birth. I'm not going to get like the camera all up in here or anything like that, but I want to document it for myself. We'll probably put it on our Wandering Wyatts channel because I know that that's a video that I will look back at with great fondness. So I'm getting like goosebumps just thinking about it. But so when that does happen, you guys can look forward to that on our Wandering Wyatts channel. But that's gonna be it for me. Longer video. Thank you guys for sticking with it. Let me know if you did enjoy it. If you'll have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Subscribe if you haven't yet. I'm going to be uploading more videos about pregnancy and then my postpartum journey. So that's gonna be it. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next one.